Nice to have you here.
Thank you, David. It's really a pleasure to be here.
Let's go right to the key question here. Why do you think Twitter is going to be successful in getting Chancellor McCormick to say, you have to buy this company, Mr. Musk?
Because Mr. Musk signed a contract saying he was going to spend $54.20 per share to buy it, and Twitter hasn't done anything wrong. And I can elaborate on that.
Please do. What have they not done wrong, and or if you want to go into the whole bots issue, feel free.
Sure. So I've been doing this almost 25 years, David, and in my career I haven't seen anyone sign a merger agreement and then literally 2 weeks later try to manufacture an issue that they were well aware of before they signed the merger agreement in an attempt to evade their obligations under that agreement. Mr. Musk knew about this bot issue. It was fully disclosed in Twitter's filings, and he in fact suggested it was one of the reasons that he wanted to buy Twitter, which was to rid them of bots. Nothing has changed at Twitter from the moment he signed the agreement until he tried to wiggle out. And that's unlike any other merger dispute I've ever seen in my career.
Really, anyone. Tiffany LVMH, not similar to that. Taubman Simon, IBP Tyson. Unique?
Unique. So one by one. Tiffany LVMH, we had a pandemic. And at least LVMH was able to concoct a reason that the French government was supposedly ordering them not to go forward and purchase a Tiffany. IBP Tyson, there was a claimed material adverse effect at IBP by Tyson. And what was the third?
Well, Simon and Taubman.
Oh, Simon and Taubman. Again, we're talking about the pandemic.
Right.
Every mall in America was closed, and so you could make a legitimate argument that something had changed after the agreement had been signed.
I mean, you do sound a lot like Bill Savitt, of course, the lawyer for Twitter, in terms of arguing his case yesterday and what they conceivably will argue. But what gives you the confidence that Chancellor McCormick is going to also order specific performance? Why not go in a different direction in some way or encourage the parties to settle? You know, there isn't clear-cut precedence for specific performance.
Well, that's where I think I'm going to disagree with you.
Please.
Because in every major public case where there has been a dispute about whether an acquirer was supposed to close or not, there is, in general, an award of specific performance or a decision that the acquirer is not required to close. And that's because, and Chancellor McCormick actually said this yesterday when she ruled in really largely in Twitter's favor in the request to expedite the trial, that money damages would not suffice here.
Yeah, what did you mean? What did you take that to mean?
Well, if you think about it, the damages are not to Twitter. They're to Twitter shareholders. Twitter shareholders, if the deal goes through, are going to receive $54.20 a share. If the deal doesn't go through, because to a large extent because of the market, as well as Mr. Musk's constant criticism of the company, those shares are going to trade down into the 20s somewhere. So it's the shareholders who are damaged. There's no ability under the merger agreement to get damages for the shareholders. And Delaware, which is where most of the Fortune 500 is incorporated, has always tried to protect companies and its shareholders, and that's why there's a history of them always enforcing a contract with specific performance.